I, I think we're a different kind of organizations from the ones that we've heard, but albeit an NGO. So I'll quickly share with you the kind of work we've been doing in this space of mobile and internet telephony. Essentially, if you remember what Anki said a little while ago, the number of Facebook users in India has multiplied 60 to 78 million and likely to be 100 million. The same sort of euphoria existed with mobiles just a few years ago. And if you look at the latest data set coming out from TRAI, actually the numbers have started going down, have started declining for multiple reasons. One could be because of saturation. Two, I think the kind of registration process has become a little more difficult, so that a number of users that existed on the database but actually didn't exist as users. So that some of that is being cleaned up. So the number of mobile users have declined. But the reason I'm saying this, the point I wish to make, is that we as a country, when we started that point of inflection in 2003 when calling party pays was introduced, I think the numbers started ramping up very, very quickly. And the impacts, which I'm going to talk about in a bit, started showing up. And I think from then to now, the policy space has become a little more confounded, a little more complex and politically charged. We've lost huge opportunities. It's not my purpose here to share with you what the opportunity loss for India has been, but we've lost huge opportunities by not getting things right in the policy space. And therefore, all these wonderful examples of entrepreneurship that we see in isolation in parts. And one of the major problems with India, we found in our research as well, was the difficulty in scaling up these operations to get the multiple impacts that you would want to see. So I think in this space, the way we participate and the way we work in this space is to show the impacts, the huge impacts that internet and mobile telephony have had across the world and have had in India, some rigorous analysis, and some of the numbers that ICRIER has shown are about 1.5 for mobile telephony, which means a 10% increase in mobile telephony gives rise to a 1.5% increase in GDP. Of course, these numbers will change depending on the subscriber base that you're looking at. For internet, the numbers can be even higher and have been shown across the world. For broadband, even higher. And if you go to our website, you'll see all the numbers, all the quantitative impacts for both internet as well as mobile. But the rest of the world, the rest of the developing world, I think has made much greater use of mobile and internet than it's not that we haven't, than we have. And why I'm talking about the rest of the developing world is because the infrastructure constraints that developing or emerging markets face are, in a sense, much higher than the infrastructure constraints that the rest of the world, the matured world, faces. So if there's a technology that allows you to overcome those constraints, whatever it could be, access to markets, and I've heard the case studies that were discussed today, and access to information, etc. And if mobile and internet can help overcome that back while the other physical infrastructure is being ramped up, is being built, then I think the impacts can and have been much higher. And India, because of the time that we've lost, I think we would have been at the position we are in today much earlier had the policy space around telecom and mobile been a little better. I'm not going to discuss what those policy challenges are, but let's leave it at that it's become increasingly vitiated in the last few years than it was in the past. That's the first point I wish to make. And we continue to work in this space, and we're happy to collaborate. One of the things that we can put on the table, and Osama and ICRIER, DEF and ICRIER have worked in the past, one of the things that we can put on the table is to collect case studies, analyze them rigorously, collect the information, and see where the impacts are, what works and what doesn't work. And we've done this, as I said, in the past, and we've done it with multiple case studies and multiple, as you say, verticals and across states. So we have a good kind of diversified sample that varies by vertical, that varies by state. So you can capture all the different ingredients that go into making a case or a pilot or any mobile intervention worthwhile with larger impact. So that's what we bring on the table, and we can do that, and we'll be happy to do that and engage with. And I think the rich source of data that each individual, whether it's an NGO, whether it's a company with a CSR, whether it's a Facebook, whether it's Google, I think they have rich, diverse set of experiences and case studies that we can collate, bring together, and perhaps bring out some rigorous learnings from those and trying to identify what works and what doesn't. And a final point I wish to make is that as the world of technology becomes more and more complex, as we get into more complex areas, convergence, tablets, handhelds, one new area of research in economics, which is emerging from the United States, is this app economy. The application economy. And I'm happy to say that ICRIER is engaging in a study on trying to determine the social, well, I guess social is too early to do, but at least the economic impacts of the app economy. There are some numbers that are out from the United States, and I think for India, given that we have such a huge talent and IT prowess, and applications have been developing very quick. What is that kind of regime, or what is that space around which it will be easier to develop applications? What is the relationship between the application provider and the service provider? How can these applications develop faster? What role open standards versus proprietary systems play in these developments? And ultimately, something which is very important to India is what sort of employment generation impact will they have? Of course, given our problems of employment, this can be only at the periphery, a dot in a vast ocean. But I think it will still be a useful study when it comes out what these impacts could likely to be and how they will scale up in the past. So thank you for having me here, Osama. Thank you.